Finally getting a chance to try out this latest laptop from Huawei. It's their MateBook 10 Pro. Highly packed as far as the specs and features in here. Designed to go up obviously against other high-end Windows laptops, but also the MacBook Pro line as well. But from my first indications here, it's pretty good bang for your buck. This particular one that I'm using is packed full. It's got an Intel Core i7 10th generation processor built into this. It also has 16 gigabytes of RAM. Video card is pretty good as well, an NVIDIA GeForce MX 250. That particular card for laptops is pretty good, really good for some light gaming. And a large solid state drive. It's got 1 terabyte of storage space, and that's the nice thing. It is an SSD, so super fast compared to a regular hard drive. Some other features I like about the Huawei, the screen. Brilliant resolution on here. It's a 3K screen, and you can see it's almost bezel-less. It's a 13.9-inch display. So compare that to the MacBook Pro line, probably most comparable to the 13-inch version. So when you do put them side by side, you do actually notice the difference here. Not only do you get the increased real estate here as far as the screen, but I did notice the bezel makes a big difference. It's nice to have the thinner bezel. But to get that, they had to make some changes, some might say a compromise. Typically up at the top, you would have a webcam. Well, in this particular case, they've put it down onto the keyboard. So right at the top here where the function keys are, between F6 and F7, is the webcam. Is that a good thing? Well, if you don't like bezels, yes. Some people have a challenge with the angle that this is on. You can see on the screen right now. I probably look better face on than looking up at my double chins here. So some people have a challenge with that. The resolution is fantastic, make no mistake, but you'll just have to decide for yourself, actually get one in your hands and see if you can live with the placement of the camera. The one thing I do like a lot is the privacy aspect. When I don't want to use it anymore, I just can basically click it down and it is gone. This is touchscreen, so it's kind of nice to be able to either use the trackpad or the actual touchscreen. I do find, however, after a while, it does get a little fingerprinty, but that's a small price to pay, I guess. But overall, the scrolling is super smooth on here. No complaints on that aspect. As far as the security goes, it is using Windows 10 Pro, so you can enter in the password, facial recognition. On this particular notebook, the power button also acts as a fingerprint scanner as well. I kind of like that feature. It makes it super easy to get into my laptop. I don't have to sit there and type the key, the password in. I don't always like the facial recognition. Sometimes it's a little sketchy, but this here, it worked every single time for me. So super nice. Keyboard's got a nice feel to it as well. Kind of very MacBook Pro-ish, I find. A nice large size trackpad as well. Another feature that Huawei really touts is the Huawei Share. So if you've got a Huawei phone, super easy to actually share pictures, files from the phone right onto the notebook. You basically just kind of tap it down onto the notebook itself. Presto Kazinga, share what's on the screen here. And it makes it super easy to actually transfer photos, videos, any documents from each device either way, which is kind of cool. And so what it's doing is it's actually mirroring the screen from my phone here right onto the notebook itself, which is kind of cool. Got my old camping photos here, which is kind of neat. Again, everything on my phone right now, let's just get that up here again, it's happening on the screen. So that's kind of a nice thing. I mean, I'm carrying my phone with me all the time, so it's actually kind of a nice feature that I've learned to appreciate, to be able to easily transfer files instead of having to email them or Slack them or what have you. It does come with a Huawei docking port. I call it a dongle, so it's got like HDMI, some extra USB ports on there as well. But if you're not using that, it's got the 2 USB-C ports here on the side. And what I'm really loving, sorry, I forgot to talk about the headphone jack here. What I'm really loving is on the other side, it's got a regular USB 3.0 port, kind of the old-fashioned USB standard. So, you know, if I just had something I needed to quickly plug in, I don't have to plug in the little the dock there and then plug the USB cable into it. I can just plug it right into the unit itself. So overall, you know, looking at the specs, if I was to compare this to a lot of the other Windows machines out there, I think this is probably one of the better ones out there. Comparing it to a MacBook Pro, you do get a lot more, I guess, tech specs in the Huawei compared to the MacBook. They don't really have an apples to apples comparison. You know, the screen is larger, 13.9 compared to a 13-inch MacBook Pro. They do have ones with, 1 terabyte storage drive, but then you're looking at larger processors and speeds in the Huawei compared to the MacBook Pro at the same price range or within the same price range. But again, it comes down to the ecosystem, right? Are you a Windows person or are you a Mac person? It's great for the productivity. I've got Office 365 on here. I'm able to do desktop publishing with it as well. I'm able to do video editing. It's pretty snappy when it comes to that. And I also do a bit of light gaming too, and it's been no problem there either. Again, it's the Huawei Matebook 10 Pro. Definitely one of the better models out there. I'm really enjoying it.